Hello and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. Dricus, champion of middleweight division, talks Alex Pereira after UFC 313, the defeat to newly crowned, obviously, light heavyweight champion Magomed Ankalaev. We're going to get into Dricus comments. Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, one and only MMA Vision Analysis. I don't think many anticipated Magomed to win fight against Alex Pereira. Many people just simply dismissed the guy as being just another opponent, all with an exception of few. I remember Jamal Hill. We spoke about Magomed so much, on this channel leading up to UFC 313. And I think Alex Pereira himself just could not imagine that Magomed would strip him of his title. Now, us as human beings, I think sometimes we conflict the image of the fighter with the skill of the fighter, right? So just because he's a very almost shy, I mean, which one of us heard of Magomed Ankalaev really before UFC 313, aside from knowing him as a fighter? Not many of us. And even now that he's just champion, yeah, he's made a few statements here and there, right? Being translated by his manager, right? Ali Abdulaziz. But generally speaking, you look at him initially and it just looks like such a polite guy that is confusing, right? Because you look at the guy and I think that's exactly what many people, he's very easily, I think, overlooked. Just like Bilal Muhammad was very easily overlooked until it was inevitable. Now, these guys champion divisions. Obviously, we made a video just right before this one, speaking of Leon Edwards not being impressed with Bilal Muhammad being not convinced that this guy is the champion. Well, that's great proof of us conflicting the image of the fighter with the skill of the fighter, right? It's like a cognitive, thing. Like it's an error that occurs, I think, sometimes to fighters' detriment, like Leon Edwards and Alex Pereira, right? Dricus thinks that Magomed took all the steam, basically, I'm rephrasing what he said, out of Alex Pereira, took the aura, the mystique out of the guy. That's exactly what we said. I think even with a lot, I don't think that people expected Magomed to push Alex Pereira back, striking. That came as a surprise to us over here on this channel as well, right? Nobody imagined that striking Magomed was going to have the upper hand, right? All except Jamal Hill. I have to give the guy credit time and time again because he had this one pretty much right on the dot, right? It's just one of those things where the prediction just came to be exactly as predicted. So, obviously, Dricus thinks that Magomed stole his payday and made the guy look like an average fighter. Now, with all respect to Dricus, but that's another way of Magomed being overlooked and underestimated. Realistically, Magomed is that good, right? I believe he's undefeated. Is he undefeated? I'm not quite sure about the undefeated part. He probably has like a draw. I think the one against Jan Blachowicz. I'm not sure, but I want to say Magomed is undefeated. Not quite sure about that one. Generally speaking, not the flashiest style, similar to Bilal Muhammad. But look, these guys are consistent, and they're getting results, and they do have a ginormous fan base, right? It's just not necessarily an American fan base. So when you have cards that are held in places like the Middle East, you're promised to have a sold-out arena, right? Now, I don't know how the pay-per-view buys are going to look like, right, for the light heavyweight division and the welterweight division, right? Even with a guy like Islam Makhachev, he's not quite the flashiest, but these guys, whether we like it or not, are extremely effective at what they do, and sometimes their opponents underestimate them and misunderstand the style because we conflict the character of the fighter with the skill of the fighter. It's very easy to conflict the two and not even realize that you're doing it. So the guy doesn't, perhaps, with all respect, doesn't look the part, perhaps, to you as an opponent, but that doesn't mean that the dude can't fight and they can't pull off these upsets, if you want to call them upsets, like the Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad situation, or the Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. I think the latter is more of a shocker to the MMA world than the former. And obviously good reasons why. Alex Pereira was literally the face of the UFC for the past solid 2 years, right? Or so. So that got taken away by Magomed, and I don't think many people expected that. If you made it this far, I appreciate it for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.